Alright, now again, I want to apologize since I'm basically reading a script, and obviously no one goes to Riot's channel for that swift, vicious reading action. You guys see that shit he read yesterday? Can't wait to tell the mates down at the pub about that one. I apologize. But again, look, this it's dinosaurs attacking kids on home soil. Families, we're getting a glimpse of what the next movie's gonna be while laughing at Spielberg's idea. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Riot here, and today we are going to be diving into one of the weirdest Jurassic plots I've ever seen in my life. I've seen little images around the internet of it before and that kind of thing, but I never really read into it. So now that I read into it, I didn't realize there was actually a script and everything made up for it, at least a base script before it went into full action. Almost dropped something. Basically, it's the dinosaur humanoid hybrid script that was supposed to be, I believe, for Jurassic World, which I thought was instantly scrapped. Jurassic World, so it'd be Jurassic Park 4, but it was instantly scrapped, or I thought it was, but it turns out it actually went a lot farther than I thought it did. I haven't found evidence like a screen or like a review on the screenwriting, which actually depicts a lot of the scenes that would have been in the movie with like straight up Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and Velociraptor hybrids, humanoid hybrids, human dinosaurs. I can't believe this, and a lot of websites will say it was almost not a thing, like it wasn't even close, it was scrapped immediately, but then other websites are giving Steven Spielberg's like freaking review on it. He was saying it was one of the best ideas ever, and it was almost put in production. It's just insane, this whole dinosaur humanoid hybrid thing that literally almost took Jurassic Park on the biggest show. I mean, if everyone complains now about the dinosaurs, I'm like, there's no feathers on that T-Rex, what about, hey, T-Rexes weren't half human? Like, I don't know, man, it just would have been insane. So there's just way too much crazy stuff. I feel like I just feel like a scrub. Like, how could I call myself a Jurassic fan, like a fan of the entire kingdom, without even a clue as to like, or more than I have but a clue. But today we're gonna get more, because this is a major foundation. This is like the dead body in the closet of Jurassic Park right here. So yeah, if you guys are intrigued by this at any point during the video, weirded out, or just generally think this is kind of a cool idea, like, I'm not gonna lie, it would completely shart, like, poop fart all over the entire Jurassic everything, but I mean, as a separate little spin-off, yeah, I don't know, dude, I would not mind seeing this. I love those kind of B-rated movies, you know what I'm saying, like, where they're not major, like, movie cinemas, they get to have more fun with it and everything, or they're not major cinema screenings, I don't know the exact word I'm looking for right now. Alright, so the Triceratops hybrid. The Triceratops hybrid is a large, fully upright humanoid with green skin. It has 3 toes, bam, with the space between the big toe and its 2 other toes. Because of its humanoid body, the horns are located on top of its head with its frill, is positioned horizontally rather than vertically with Triceratops. That's funky. Physically, the hybrid has one of its horns is broken and possesses a visible scar across its left arm. Okay, so there's just some issues with like the writing on this, not me. Okay, guys, it's the article. The T-Rex hybrid, okay, that one was on me. The giant Tyrannosaurus hybrid, like the Triceratops or Velociraptor hybrids, stood fully upright. It had a reddish color scheme with some of the faded brown mixed with tints of faded charcoal black on the back of the creature. I mean, we could just pretty much be observing these things from the photo I'm supplying. It had a short tail, which would make sense since the hybrid stood upright, like a man. However, on both its feet, it had 2 toes. Its hands had 2 fingers, which is accurate since its base genome had 2 fingers as well. But the arm of its hybrid were huge and much more man-like. The skull is very much like that of the Tyrannosaurus, only with a large spike coming out the back of its head. 3 spikes also come out the top of the back of the hybrid as well. So I guess they were just really trying to figure out how to make these hybrid dinosaurs. How should we do? I'm kind of happy they went with an Indominus Rex over this, although I gotta be honest, this would have been crazy if I don't know how well Chris Pratt would have fit into it. But it would have been so, oh my god, it would have been bananas, but honestly it would have been, I don't even know, it would have been a beautiful disaster. The Velociraptor hybrid. The Velociraptor hybrid had multiple designs made of it, more so than any other hybrids to date. Carlos Hunte, who is known have designed, okay, the English is just shattered, who is known to have designed several concepts of the Raptor hybrids, called one of the concepts Raptor Man. Ooh, where'd you come up with that brilliant analysis? Raptor Man, half raptor, half man. Slap. Get slapped in the face for that one. And now a deleted Instagram post meaning the Raptor men could, yeah, it's probably smart you deleted that Instagram post. How to ruin your career. Well, I've devised this creature. He's half raptor, half man. Get this, the name's the most brilliant part. Raptor Man. It's like, God, oh my god, that's how you ruined your career right there. I would have named it Man Raptor. Now on this Reddit page, or I guess BuzzFeed, BuzzFeed, what am I doing here? Okay, Redditor, some long crazy name, dug up the concept art for the version of Jurassic World 4 that was being kicked around back in 2007. At the time, the movie was being spearheaded by William Monahan and John Sallies. Wow, those names just bore the poop out of me instantly. At the time, Spielberg was completely on board, calling the script the mother of all ideas, and he wished they had approached him sooner with it so they could have moved to the third movie, or so they could have made this the third movie instead. That would have been insane. No more Spinosaurus, just straight up Man Raptor. Man Raptor and Dr. Grant just playing in the jungle. Alright, so now I'm gonna read this review off this website that's pretty spanking old. It's basically a review of the script of the movie that would have involved these humanoid dinosaurs. I understand this is not like my usual video, you know, it's just a bunch of reading and pictures and crap like that. No dinosaurs eating each other, straight madness. I apologize for that, I dearly do. I literally wouldn't have done this video if I didn't think that humanoid dinosaurs being added to the Jurassic World wasn't something we should discuss on this channel at least once, you know what I'm saying? What are we doing to ourselves if we limit ourselves to such words and other words and the rest of a great sentence? Alright, so on to the review. So now that that's out of the way, okay, by the way, now that that's out of the way, at the start of that, I had to read through like 20 paragraphs of just blah, but then it finally gets to here. Okay, so now that's out of the way, let's talk about Jurassic Park 4 by William Monahan. Oh, I'm not reading your goddamn names again. That was so boring last time. We've been hearing vague rumors about this one for a while now, and I mean vague. Oh, he's one of those writers, huh? He means vague. There's not a solid piece of information out there so far, based on the Google search I ran earlier tonight. Wow, he's quite the detective. He ran a Google search and everything. I dare you use those words. You're gonna make me break my monitor from slapping it. I found it! The script starts at a Little League game somewhere. Sorry for screaming. The script starts at a Little League game somewhere in America. An idyllic scene that quickly goes bad when pterosaurs enter the kids or attack the kids and their parents. It's a cool scene, and I couldn't help but immediately anticipate what might lay ahead. Dinosaurs in America, all-out warfare on home soil. This should be fun. Now, the reason I also wanted to talk about this is because it kind of could like gleam on the premise of the next Jurassic World 2, because that's basically what it is. It's literally dinosaurs in America, all-out warfare on home soil. This should be fun. That's like the entire premise right there, is the premise of what they were gonna do with this one right here, which would have been crazy because it's Man Raptor eating people's babies. But whatever, dude, I'm so happy. Now that I say that sentence, Man Raptor eating babies, I'm just happy it wasn't a thing. I goddamn, we never would have had an Indominus or an Indoraptor or Chris Pratt. It was just Man Raptor, dude. In a series of television clips, we learned that this is the first attack on North American ground following months of this sort of thing in Central America and Mexico. The UN has created a task force to exterminate the dinosaurs. Awesome, I thought. A badass, heavily armed United Nations task force versus the dinosaurs. Bring it on! But then the script throws its first major curveball, introducing Nick Harris, an unemployed soldier of fortune. Nick's the lead in the movie, not Alan Grant, not Ian Malcolm. Despite all the rumors to contrary, those characters are not back for this film. Instead, we meet Nick as he watches the same Red Bull burps reports on TV that we are. He's approached by an ex-commander of his and offered a meeting about a job. Alright, now again, I want to apologize since I'm basically reading a script, and obviously no one goes to Riot's channel for that swift-vicious reading action. You guys see that shit he read yesterday? Can't wait to tell the mates down at the pub about that one. I apologize, but again, look, it's dinosaurs attacking kids on home soil. Families, we're getting a glimpse of what the next movie's gonna be while laughing at Spielberg's idea. Or not his idea, something he thought was cool, reportedly. Other things say he hated it. Which brings us to John Hammond. It's a great cameo role for Richard Attenborough, as he said several times that he's looking forward to it. In the script's single Riddest scene, we catch up on the eccentric ex-billionaire who is now the most sued man in history according to the Guinness Book of World Records. He's been declared incompetent by his heirs, and his company's been taken over by another corporation. Technically, Jurassic Park isn't even his problem anymore, but he still feels responsible for the dinosaurs and the damage they do. Hammond's got a big idea. Breed some of the new dinosaurs that can't reproduce and introduce them into the wild population. What? A Judas strain that will kill off the dinosaurs within one generation. Easy enough, except the UN has outlawed any breeding of new dinosaurs by anyone, and they've prohibited the sale, mining, and possession of amber worldwide. Jesus crepes. Hammond's got scientists ready and waiting to go, but he needs genetic material to work with. As soon as Hammond mentions where the material might come from, I thought for sure this was ahead of the script, or I was ahead of the script again. Oh, of course, the shaving cream that he's just going off on his own thing. Whenever the writer of this article starts going off on his own personal opinion and stuff, I just came here for cold hard facts. This dude literally is like 15 pages of just crap. So I'm really trying to I don't know, shift through the dookie, you know? After all, unless you're watching this film, then I'm sorry. After all, the first 3 films are pretty much carbon copies of each other. Excuses to turn people loose on the island. I almost set the script down at that point. Disappointed that they do something so predictable again after all this talk about how they are going to turn things upside down. Page 16, and I was sure I knew the rest of the script until reading it. But I was wrong. ... Again! Nick Harris does indeed go to Isla Nublar, but he goes alone. He does indeed track down the shaving cream that Nedry stole, but that's a mere 5 pages later. What is he doing with this article? As soon as he finds it, he's attacked not only by excavraptors, I think trapdoor spiders. What? Oh, think trapdoor spiders? That sounds horrifying. But also by security rangers who work with Grendel Corporation, the mysterious Swiss holding company that took over the Jurassic Park from Hammond. Seems they wanted those genetic samples for their own purposes, whatever they may be. Nick has to get off the island, evading his pursuers, human or otherwise. He manages to make it back to the mainland just long enough to hide the shaving cream can before the security team catches him and gasses him into unconsciousness. With farts, I suppose. All this happens by page 39. How is this guy able to read the whole script and just list it out? Because it seems like the movie was still almost in production at this. No, I guess it wasn't at this point. All of this happens by page 39, at which point I realized I had no idea where this thing was going, and I quit trying to guess. It kept, can you just read the script? It kept confounding my expectations. It certainly didn't feel like it was another rehash of the same formula. When Nick wakes up, he's in the tower of a medieval castle in the Alps. Seriously, that's the precise moment when the entire enterprise goes so over the top loony that you'll either go along with it for the entire insane ride, or reject it roundly as a big bag of ludicrous. This is some insane writing. I'm on an adventure right now. Nick is introduced to Adrian Joyce, the major demo henchman of Baron Von Drax, CEO of the Grendel Corporation. Joyce isn't a mustache-twirling bad guy bent on torturing Nick into revealing where he hid the shaving cream. Instead, he offers Nick a job, and in order to explain the job to him, he has to take him to the tour of the entire castle, which turns out to be a fairly sophisticated genetics lab where Grendel Corporation had been breeding some dinosaurs for their own design. Crossbreeds that never existed in any era of nature with all sorts of custom modifications. So is this just directly Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom? What's going on? Like, they really pulled on this script for a few stuff, at least ideas for it. Like, that's, come on, a giant castle where they're low-key breeding dinosaurs in the basement. That's literally the entire Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, like, second half of the movie. That's not a spoiler, it's in all the commercials. And honestly, what are you doing calling yourself a Jurassic fan if you haven't seen it? What are they gonna be like every 4 years? Go see it! I want to tread lightly on what happens over the course of the rest of the film, on the off chance that Mary Parent or someone at Universal is seriously going to make this thing. There's an 8-year-old boy inside of me that thinks that a Dirty Dozen-style mercenary team of hyper-smart dinosaurs in body armor killing drug dealers and rescuing kidnapped children will be impossible to resist. I have the same feeling, that's the thing. I understand stupid, but also I grew up on Street Sharks, which were basically shark men that fought crime in the streets, and I thought it was the dopest thing on the planet.
Whoa! You'd think you'd never saw a flying street shark before.
Nick is put in charge of training these 5 dinosaurs, X1 through X5, and the first thing he does is name them. Any soldier worth his pay has a name to answer to, not a number, he says. Yeah, say it's a Spartan 117, you bastard. So we're introduced to Achilles, Hector, Perseus, Orestes, and Spartacus. What are these names, dude? Couldn't Jeff, Steve, and Hank aren't good enough for you? Alright, so each of them have a specially created Deinonychus. Wait, each of them specifically created Deinonychus. Okay, I thought they had like a sidekick Deinonychus, which is sort of like a miniature T-Rex. They have super sensitive smell and hearing, incredible strength, and speed and pack hunting instincts, and they have modified forelegs, lengthened and topped with the dexterous fingers, as well as dog DNA for increased obedience. What? And the human DNA so they can solve problems as well. Okay, you guys kind of just went crazy. So you can just throw body parts into a blender at this point. All this topped off with drug dealer regulating implant that can dose them with adrenaline or serotonin as the situation demands. What the drug regulating implant, not a drug dealing implant. That's like that. I suppose that makes more sense. And go ahead, look at the calendar. We're a long, long way from April 1st right now. He's so right. By the end of the film, there are I just burped and now it's in my face. By the end of the film, there are set pieces that are much, much bigger than anything we've seen in other films and much crazier. They're all well written and there's a glee to the bloodletting that you have to admire. There's also a blatant setup for Jurassic Park 5 that is too good for the studio to pass up. That is, of course, if they actually decide to make this one. So let me know what you guys think down below, and I will get back to regular videos tomorrow. I will. Sorry, I was kind of like having to spend all day yesterday saying goodbye to a loved one on their deathbed, so I didn't even have that much like stuff prepared today, but I'd been wanting to do this video for a while, so I kind of thought it'd be fun to do, you know what I'm saying? I was like, well, seeing as how I really don't have the life force to freaking even play Ark for the next few hours, just so emotionally drained right now, this actually is like an interesting topic I've been wanting to bring up, so it seemed like a good time to bring it up, you know what I'm saying? Just looking at the size differences right now in the photos between the dinosaurs, I think it's so cool, dude. Like, I understand it's dumb as hell, and like I'm looking at even little differences like on the trikes, but like they just look like such just genome monsters. Like this thing's already, they can't even get the freaking two horns going. It's got scars already. It's freaking toe. The toe looks absolutely just like, you know what I'm saying? Like they look like, I mean the Rex dude looks better. The Raptor man was never put, there was just multiple sketches made of that dude and a sculpture. But even the, oh my god, I mean this would have been insane. Especially since they're fit to go fight drug dealers and stuff. Like what? That is just some table flipping nonsense right now. But yes, let me know what you guys think down below, and let me know if you guys would like to see this in a film in the future, because obviously many for fun dinosaur movies come out, like many B-rated and C-rated films, and it's not like they own dinosaur human hybrids. If this idea gets the ball rolling enough, I'm pretty sure someone will make it. I honestly can't believe someone hasn't made it yet, to be honest, or an Ark movie for that matter. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you beautiful people tomorrow.